Hello YouTubers, I am back with a video on how to make your own canvas. Here is what it looks like out of cardboard. You don't have to worry about the back, but this is what it looks like. Try and get it up close so you can see that it kind of resembles canvas. And here's some examples. This one here is just a goof-off one. And this here is with paint. This one here. So you can see it with paint. And then I showed you in the other video when I showed you how to do the tracing paper. This one here. This is with just regular non-toxic markers, colored. And same way with this one, and I will go over the do's and don'ts at the end of the video, well, on this one. And then here is just another one, and this is also done with markers. And then this one here, I done it using pink paint instead of white paint. So you can make your own background. So with that being said, let's get started on the ingredients and stuff that you need to make it. What you will need is just any acrylic paint of your choice. This is white. You will need Mod Podge, and I use the one that has the brush strokes in it, so it helps it more look like the canvas. And then the last ingredient is just simple baking soda. That's it. Just regular old household baking soda. And you'll need a cup, a spoon for mixing, and that's it to make your own canvas. But to finish it off after you paint or use markers to fill in your design, you will need the, move that aside, crayon. I don't know if you can see here. Turn it this way, that way. But you just need the regular, the crayon. I use the triple thick crystal clear glaze to seal it. But that's all you will need. So, and this is here, the one that I made, just a sample one. And this here is actual, let's get it up close here, the actual canvas that you can buy. And all this one is just the cardboard with the canvas wrapped around, and then the back is with piece of paper over it sealed. So let's get started on making the concoction here. Okay, so what you want to do is, I use about, shake it up here, I use about 2 tablespoons worth of paint. Because you don't want to make a whole bunch and then it'll go bad because you won't use it. Unless you're going to be painting a whole bunch of pieces of cardboard. And that's another thing you will need is cardboard. And I use about, roughly about 1 tablespoon of baking soda. You can adjust it. And then for the Mod Podge, I use just about, I would say about a teaspoon of it. Oh, there's a piece of fuzz in it. Set that aside. And then all you want to do is just mix it up, and you want it still to be paintable. You want it to be kind of runny, but you still want it, and make sure that you don't have any lumps, big clumps of baking soda in it. And you can add a little more if you feel like this is a little bit runny. I think I'll add just a little bit more baking soda to it. And you just mix it up. I think that's pretty good. I have one over here that I have already done. And also, another thing I want to tell you is you can use the flimsy cardboard. It'll be, just won't be as sturdy as this is, but this will work. Let me grab one that I have already done. And as you can see, it will, I just got it dirty now. It will buckle up. The thinner ones will buckle up. But if you just put a piece of paper on top of it after it dries and put a book on it, and it'll lay flat back out. So, but, I don't know. Just don't mind that. That's just a spot from the paper laid on top. But this is what you will get. Let me show you on this one here. See? If the camera is picking it up, but you can kind of see that it resembles canvas. And then you can use your tracing paper and you can trace on it and do whatever you want. But let me show you how this one here, now since it's set a while, it's starting to thicken up. But let me show you. You just paint it on. Paint it on this thin one here. And make a thin, kind of a thin coat. And then you let it dry. You can use your heat gun to speed up the drying. And then you brush it one way. And then you can do, after it dries, brush it the other way. And then after that dries, if it's still see-through, then you can put another coat on either direction you would choose to. And then your final coat, you will want to go diagonal all the way across the board. So let me move this one out of the way and let me get the sturdier cardboard. And I have found with the cardboard here, you can see, you see the lines of the cardboard, and that's where it's going to bend. But if you do it this way, but if you turn it this way and the line's going this way, your piece, when you press and stuff, is not going to bend or anything. So let me go ahead, and this will be the one, since this is the one that we just made, let me use it instead, because that one's starting to thicken up. Because you want it kind of runny so it's easy to spread on. So, like I said, let's just quickly do this. Just spread it all on. And it's kind of a messy mess, but it's crafts after all. And who doesn't like to be messy when doing crafts? I like to be messy. So then say you just spread it on, and then just like this way, I'll go this way on this. And then just set it down. Let me get my heat gun so we can speed up things. And it only takes just a few seconds. Sorry for the noise. So it's almost dry. It's dry. And then, as you can see, it's see-through still. So, let's put on another coat. You can go, when you put it on, it doesn't matter, but just when you do your final, you want to go this way with it. I just find it easier just to brush it across, and then I go the opposite direction when I'm ready to smooth it out. And as you see, the baking soda, it's very fine in there, and that's what gives it that canvas-like texture. So let me smooth this out this way, make sure it's all covered, and then let me go this way with it. So you get your hash mark-like cross grains in it. So, and you can sit in one day and put out a whole bunch of these. Okay, let me heat gun again. Okay, so it's pretty much dry. And you can start seeing the brush strokes from the Mod Podge in it. Okay, and then let's brush another coat. You can put as many coats and build it up as much as you want. It doesn't matter. But I like to just put like 3-4 coats on it just to cover it so you don't see the cardboard anymore in it. So, okay, so we'll go this way with it. And if you want, you can pick it up and look at it and you can see. So this one, I think I will go back horizontally across it. So yeah, because now, let's see, see, it's picking up. So you can see more and it's looking more like canvas. Okay, and I think it's pretty well covered. I don't see any more cardboard fading through. So let me go ahead and dry this one, and then my final coat, I will do it diagonally. Okay, now let's do this one, put some on here, and do it diagonally. Like I said, you can just go up and down with it, and then on your final brush over it, you can do it diagonally. Because the final one is what you want. You want it to be a diagonal pattern going across it. I'm going to make sure you get it all covered, and then just do one quick sweeping motion across, all the way across it. Make sure you get the ends really good, and there you have it. Let me dry it. And there we go. And if it starts to buckle up, like I said, just put a piece of paper over the top of it. Let it cool, put a piece of paper over the top of it, and then put a book on it, and let it sit for like 30 minutes or so, and then it won't be buckled, it'll be flat again. But as you notice here, you still have these raw edges, so if anybody knows of a good way, a clever way to cover up these edges, let me know. Post a comment or something, and let me know how to cover up these edges. I haven't figured that one out yet, but I just done just this part. Okay, so that is, this core is still kind of a little bit tacky, so I'm going to set that aside to dry. And I have this one here, and I'm just going to take a marker and then just draw like freehand on it. See, as you can see, and just kind of like drew a little flower type thing here. Nothing fancy. I'm no artist by no means. I cannot draw whatsoever. Okay, that's that. And then you can take, okay, your markers, as you see, like in this one here. This was just done with the markers. And you can just color it in, and then it accepts it really well. You don't have to really wait for the other colors to like dry, but you can hit it with a heat gun if you want. So, but there you go. You just something just to show you here how to do it. And then let me go ahead and color the center in so you can see it a little bit more. And I found that I like to just go like this on it instead of like scribbling it and stuff like this, and it covers it. You get pretty good coverage on it, and it looks smoother. Okay, let's move that away. So that's kind of what it looks like there. So, and then you would just take, after you let it set, or like I said, you can hit it with your heat gun to speed up the drying time a little bit, and then just put a spray coat of the acrylic spray over it, and you're good to go. So let me talk about the don'ts that I have learned here on this one. Okay, on this one, if you notice here, I wanted to seal it. So on this, I tried doing Mod Podge, but if you notice, it smeared here. It smeared the acrylic paint. So, I'm sorry, not the acrylic paint. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It smeared the watermarker colors. So you don't want to do anything wet on it. You want to use the acrylic spray to seal it. So that's one mistake that I've learned. And another one is, you can do it with this, but with the paint, with the paint, it is more canvasy looking if you want to do the paint on it. It looks like you just painted on canvas. But this here also, it looks like you done a pressed image kind of in it. So those are what I have learned. You want to use the acrylic spray to seal it. So let me show you, do I have it? Yeah. This is the one that we just did, and it's still kind of tacky, so I don't want to get that one. But here is this one here, and I did not grab, yeah, here it is. Let me grab, oh, no, not this one, I'm sorry, I should be more prepared here. Okay, but here is just some that I have done. I'll show you how to do it now on here. So here's a little corner of one that I've done previous. So what you want to do is you just lay it on here, which I have it wrong side because I did not trace the back. Remember I told you if you want it this way, the way the image is, you have to trace the back. And I'll do that right now here. I'll just do this one right here. And you just want to go over because you can see your image. But do not do it on that because it will transfer. You want to do it on a separate piece of paper. So just trace around the image again. There you go. The image has been traced. So you just want to lay it down. With the pencil. Take your stylus and just rub over it, and you will see. Let me make sure my hands are out of the way so you can see it. You just rub it like this to transfer your image. And you can put your finger, hold it down, lift it up, and see where, if it's like faded line that you want it to be a little bit darker, or if you're going to paint it and stuff, it may not matter. But just want to make sure you go over it real good. And there you go. We transferred the image on. Now you can paint it, you can fill it in with markers, whatever you would like to do. So, and then after it dries, then just put your spray coat on it and you're done. And then you have your own homemade canvas. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you like to see more videos. I have more videos coming, so stay tuned. Bye.